Hi everyone, in this video I'll be covering everything you need to know about PowerPoint themes. Themes in PowerPoint control the overall visual appearance of presentations. They mainly cover four aspects. One is the color scheme of your presentation, the body and the heading font. Then they also give us 15 preset effects for shapes and 12 auto-generated background fill presets. This is how you can access the theme in PowerPoint. Go to Design menu. You will see a bunch of themes that PowerPoint gives us by default. You can just click on any of these and it will apply that theme to your presentation. For example, if I click on this, you will see that it has changed the font color, the background, and everything. Let's undo that. If I click on this down arrow, you will see all the themes that are available to us from Office. If you click on Browse for Themes, you can select any locally saved themes that you have. You can also save this current theme using Save Current Theme option. Any custom themes that you have selected would show up here, and the current theme would show up here. Then we have a bunch of variants of this theme here. These come with the theme itself. Variants are nothing but different variations of the same theme. So if I click on this second option, you will see not much has changed, but I guarantee you the color scheme would have changed. If I click on this, the change is obvious. And the fourth variant also has the same background, but the color scheme would be different. Then if I click on this down arrow, this is where most of the theme specific settings reside. So we have four things, as I mentioned before. First one allows you to control the color scheme of your presentation. Fonts control the fonts that you will be using in your presentation. Effects are 15 preset effects for shapes. And finally, we have 12 auto-generated background styles for the slide background. So let's look at these theme components in detail. First up, we have colors. So if I go to this drop-down menu and click on colors and click on customize colors at the bottom, a dialog box shown in the screenshot opens for us. All these colors that you see here would be part of this color scheme that you see under shape fill menu. And you can see for which item the color is applied. So the first four are for the text. Then we have accents. These would be applied to shapes, charts, smart art, and tables. For example, if I were to create a rectangle here, by default, it would apply accent 1 color to that rectangle. Similarly, if I were to create a text box and put some text in it, by default, it would apply this black color. You can also save your color scheme by giving it a name and click on save. Once you save it, then if I go to this color menu here, you will see our custom color scheme shows up here. I don't need it, so I'm going to right click and click on delete. Say yes. So there are two more colors at the bottom. These are not included as a part of color scheme here, which are these hyperlink and followed hyperlink. So when you create a hyperlink, what color would you like to show it in? And once you click on it, what color should it turn into? So that's what's controlled by these two colors. Next up, we have fonts. Let's click on fonts. Here you will see a bunch of fonts that Microsoft PowerPoint provides us by default. You can change fonts by clicking on Customize Fonts. This is the same dialog box from the screenshot. In the first drop-down box, you can specify the heading font, and the second one is where you will specify body font. You can save your font theme by giving it a name here, and once you save it, it will show up here. I don't need it, so let me delete it. We have this sample preview box here, which is from the older versions of PowerPoint. It no longer works, so you can ignore it. Another thing to note here is if you use a custom font, which is not part of the approved Microsoft Office fonts, it would not show up here. You will see it applied on your slide, but here it would typically default to Arial. Next up, we have the 15 built-in theme effects in PowerPoint. Effects are the visual styling rules that control how shapes, smart art, and charts look beyond just colors. They control things like shadow, glow, bevel, reflection, lighting angle, and surface finish. So if I click on effects here, you will see we have these 15 options here. Unfortunately, there is no way to know what each of these do unless you click on them. So the way you would need to check that is you create a shape, say a rectangle, then go to design, click on this drop down, go to effects, and click on one of these effects and see what happens. Not much has changed in this instance. To see what each of these effects look like, what I have done is I have applied each of these effects to a shape and I have compiled all of those onto this one slide. Below each shape, I have also included a short description. Now this seventh one, grunge texture, has an image applied to it. Now I'm pretty sure this image would change from a template to template. So note that this would not look exactly same for different themes. Next up, we have 12 background styles. So if you go to themes, click on this drop down under variants, we can find background styles here. So these are our 12 background styles. PowerPoint generates these automatically for us, so we have no control over how they are created. You will just have to use them as is. So let's click on one of them. Let's say, how about this? You will see it has applied the background to our slide here. Let's change it back to white. You can also click on format background, which will open up your standard format option here on the right hand side. If you are in a rush, you can just randomly pick something from here. Personally, I don't think it's that useful, but it's there if you need it. So that's the extent of customization options we get with PowerPoint themes. Let's look at how to save your themes and import them. So let's say you made a bunch of changes to the colors, fonts, and you have your own theme. You can save that by going to File, click on Save As, then give it a name and select Office theme, which is the .thmx format, and then save this theme file on your computer. So once you save it, you will see your file with the extension .thmx in the folder. If you want to use it, you can just double click on it. PowerPoint creates an empty presentation with your theme applied to it. So just to confirm, this was our theme that we saved from this file. You can see these colors. They should be matching exactly here. The font we used were Aptos Display and Aptos. Let's check if they are the same. So yeah, that's how you import and use your theme. Next, let's look at what a theme doesn't do. So a theme does not control text formatting like bullet type, indentation, line spacing, alignments, font sizes. Those are typically controlled through Slide Master. Secondly, you cannot control placeholders and layouts. So things like alignment, placement of your placeholders, spacing between them, margins cannot be controlled through themes. You will have to control them from Slide Master. And finally, any manual settings that you have applied, those cannot be superseded by themes. So manual settings take precedence over theme settings. One thing I forgot to mention is theme settings are applied to the entire presentation. So you could have multiple Slide Masters in your presentation. Your theme gets applied to all of them the same. Also, when you save your theme file, the slide size doesn't get saved with it. Lastly, a few quirks of PowerPoint themes I wanted to point out because you will eventually encounter them as you get familiar with themes. The first one is you saw these variants here. Now, as weird as it sounds, you cannot create variants from within PowerPoint's UI. So let's say if you created your theme and you wanted to create some variations of it. So when you open the theme, they show up here. There is no direct way to do this. One way you can do this is you save each variation as a separate theme file, and when you open them, they can show up here. Now you might ask, if there is no way to do this, then how come these variants appear here? Whenever you see variants, they will typically be part of the Office templates or Office themes. If you wanted to do this yourself, you will have to edit the XML file of your PowerPoint presentation, but that's beyond the scope of basic PowerPoint usage. For the second point, let me show you with a new presentation. So this is a blank presentation. Let me apply this last theme here called Wood Type. Once I apply it, you will see the text has changed into this textured format. So if I were to type some text here, you will see it has applied this black wooded texture. Let me click on this text, then go to text options. You will see a texture fill has been applied to it. And there is no easy and direct way for me to extract this image, so I can apply this elsewhere as well. So a lot of times when you are using these themes from somewhere else, you might encounter some effects are being applied to your theme that is not part of any of these standard menus. The third aspect I have already covered. Whenever you are using external fonts, they won't show up under custom fonts, but know that they are there. And lastly, the sample window that you see under custom fonts is obsolete. If you are using latest version of PowerPoint, that window will not do anything for you. And there are a few more of these quirks when it comes to themes, but I thought these 4 are the most interesting ones. So in the next video, I'll be covering Slide Master in detail. So if you are interested in that, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I will catch you next time.